What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. Hey, so, as you can see by the title, right? And first and foremost, let me say this. First and foremost, I'd like to say, hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. Not letting no negative energy stop. Let me do this shit up. Bro. First and foremost, I'd like to say, I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. Not letting no negative energy stop y'all positive energy, right? So, as you can see by the title, right? Black unity equals reparations. You see? Black unity equals reparations. So, and you may be asking yourself, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by black unity equals reparations? What are you talking about? What do you mean by that? What I mean by that is, let me watch out for these creatures. What I mean by that is, once black people unite, that's equivalent, what we will get from black people uniting is equivalent to what we will get with the reparations, right? So you have to understand, right? If black people were to unite, we will crash the whole system. We will crash the whole system. We wouldn't even need no money to the point where it will be like we're rich. It will be like we're millionaires. Every black person, because once we crash the system, we ain't gonna need to work and do all this shit to pay for natural resources. You see what I'm saying? Right now we're paying for natural resources because it's not enough people on the same frequency to stand up against the motherfuckers that have us oppressed. You see? So, and it's all by design, bro. So, I'm saying that to say this, that once black people unite, that will be our reparations. And until we unite as one species and put our differences to the side, because we all have one common enemy. So, there's no point in us. And they have it set up like this by design, bro. There's so much division with the Christianity, the religion, the gangs, all this shit is all by design. So once black people unite, that's when we'll get our reparations. Because that's when we won't need no fucking reparations. That's when we won't need no money. We won't need no money, no currency. That'll be equivalent to us becoming millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Because what they say reparations, they're going to get each and every black person on this planet $1 million. They're going to give each and every U.S. citizen $1 million so we can spend it with their companies, etc. The equivalency to us having reparations on this planet will be us uniting. Because once we unite, we won't have to pay for shit, bro. We won't have to pay for shit. That would be a beautiful thing. That would be almost as beautiful as you having $1 million in your bank account. Imagine that shit. Just really think about it. Think about it. Imagine a society where you don't have to pay no bills. Society is only the way that it is because motherfuckers are stressed out because they have to pay bills. They're working. They're not getting. They don't have nothing to show from the money that they're getting from work. They're working just to pay bills and just to have a fucking place to lay so they can go back and do this shit again. So of course that's going to cause a lot of low vibration energy, a lot of stress. You see, a lot of stress, and these creatures are just horrible. I tell this all the time, but I'm not gonna let them lower my frequency. Not at all. Not at all. So like I'm saying though, once black people unite, that is when we get our reparations, bro. And until then, we're not getting no fucking reparations. They're not going to give us no reparations. I'm not trying to be negative or nothing like that, but they're not going to give us reparations because that's going to make us more of a, they're going to start fucking with us even more. They're not going to give us no reparations. The only way we'll get any type of reparations is if we unite. You know what I'm saying? Is if we unite, you know? And I'm going to go ahead and make this a two-part video because I want to talk about this too, but I might as well talk about both of these topics in the same video, right? So the first topic is black unity equals reparations, right? And the second topic is the second topic is my bad, y'all. That's my lower self right there. That's my lower self. Yeah, but the second topic is we are only being oppressed due to our ignorance. You know what I'm saying? We are being oppressed due to our ignorance, you know? like I'm saying though, we are only being oppressed due to our ignorance. You know what I'm saying? That's why these motherfuckers are able to get away, and they think that black people are dumb, bro. They think that we're dumb because that's what they show in the media. So this is a 2-part video, right? We're only being oppressed due to our ignorance. Only reason that black people aren't uniting and all that shit is because of our ignorance. Because of the fact that we're not, a lot of people aren't conscious to the fact that we're a different species than these beings without the neuromelanin. You see what I'm saying? We are only being oppressed due to our ignorance. Because if every black person on this planet knew that they had God DNA or goddess DNA, superior genetics, that we're organic to the planet, and all these people that get sunburned are inorganic to the planet. If every black person knew this shit, the government wouldn't be able to get away with the bullshit. These motherfuckers that we're living with in society wouldn't be able to get away with the bullshit, because maybe we would be able to have some segregation. You see? And not no segregation, like, oh, black people go over here, we're gonna get our ass whipped and all this shit. No. I'm talking about we have our own government, we have our own law enforcement, we have our own healthcare, all this shit. We have our own schools, we have our own communities, because we're on a different frequency. And it's harder for us to be around y'all doing what we have to do. And my people aren't paying attention to this stuff, to this shit, because we're not paying attention. I'm trying to keep these videos, I'm trying to clean this shit up, you know what I'm saying? My people aren't paying attention to this stuff, right? They're not paying attention to this because they're dumbed down. So they think that we're the same species as these beings that get burned by the sun, that do the dumb shit on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? They think we're the same species as these beings. You know? And I ain't gonna lose my train of thought with this shit at all. I ain't gonna lose my train of thought with this video. I ain't gonna lose my train of thought with this video. But we're being oppressed due to our ignorance. If we knew that we're different, if everybody knew that we're a different species than these beings, and the reason why they created gang banging and set up these environments to be low vibrational and having each other, have us killing each other and all this shit, because we're a different species, we have a different genetics than these motherfuckers. We have a different genetics than them. That's why they had to have us killing each other and doing all the bullshit. If every black person was conscious of that shit, right, they wouldn't be able to get away with this shit. You see? And black people killing each other, and it's really for the youth, because people get older, they start joining gangs or whatever, they get older and they realize that, you know, they're not doing, you know, that is wrong, killing another black man, you know what I'm saying? They realize this shit when they're older. That's why they promote the music and all that shit, to attack the youth, so the youth won't be conscious of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's really to make a change for the youth. You know what I'm saying? So we're being oppressed due to our ignorance. We're only being oppressed due to our ignorance. If everybody knew that we're a different species, we wouldn't be dealing with this shit, bro. That's why, like me, I'm not okay with this shit, bro. If I could change this shit, and it starts with the knowledge and the information. You have to understand, they have our people vibrating so low. They have our people vibrating so low. It's like, it's a possibility that you will come across somebody and you can have a conversation and wake them up, or plant a seed. But most of the time, how they have our people fucked up is through the media, bro. It's through the media. So it'll be better for you to make a video, you know, same time, go out and do shit too. But it's easier to make a video and put that shit out on YouTube, and your people come across the video, right? And people that is going to resonate with, they resonate with it, instead of you trying to talk to somebody in person and giving all your energy and they not grasping the message. You know what I'm saying? And you just waste all that energy. You know what I'm saying? You just waste all that energy. So we being oppressed due to our ignorance, man. We're only being oppressed due to our ignorance. We're only being oppressed due to our ignorance. You know what I'm saying? We are only being oppressed due to our ignorance. Due to our ignorance of a lot of shit. Due to our ignorance of the fact that we're a different species than these beings, these palm-colored creatures that are walking around this planet without the neuromelanin. Due to the fact that we're not conscious of our genetics, that we're not supposed to be eating the food that's going to lower our frequency and our vibration. We're being oppressed due to our ignorance, bro. And it's a lot of shit that we're ignorant to, and it's all by design. You know what I'm saying? And fuck the police. Fuck law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the sheriff, because they the modern day slave patrol. Highway patrol ain't nothing but the modern day slave patrol. But it's a lot of shit just like that. That's something that we're ignorant to. That's something that we're ignorant to as well. That the motherfucking highway patrol ain't nothing but the modern day slave patrol. They got the same badge, they just changed the name of it. They literally have the same badge, they just changed the name of it. So we're being oppressed due to our ignorance. If black people knew that highway patrol was the modern day slave patrol, That's why they always killing black people. If black people knew that shit, we wouldn't be letting these motherfuckers oppress us. We would be trying to stand up and get some justice by hand of our own, instead of trying to go to court and no. That's like if somebody's selling weed, somebody's selling pounds, and how can I make an analogy with this shit? That's like if somebody is selling pounds, right? And then they're in charge of this shit. I can't even make an analogy of this shit right now, bro. I can't even make an analogy. What I'm trying to say is, these motherfuckers are all on the same team. So you can't try to get justice in a motherfucking society or a system that's ran by white supremacists. You see, the lawyers, the judges, the fucking police, captains, the law enforcement you see on the daily basis, all these motherfuckers are ran by white supremacists. So you're not gonna get no justice like that. The only way we're gonna get justice is if we stand up and start making the change our own, making the change for ourselves. Some of us are gonna die, that's okay. I'm willing to die for this shit, because I know death ain't real. That's why people are scared to die, because they're ignorant to the fact that death is not a real thing. It's not a real thing. We don't die, we just transcend. Energy doesn't die, it just transcends. We don't die. You know what I'm saying? We're immortal, especially if you have this. It's not no especially. This is just what it is. Because if I say especially, it sounds like I'm capping. If you have this neuromelanin, you're immortal. You do not die. So if more people are conscious that we do not die, they'll be more conscious and be more willing to stand up against our oppressors who have us oppressed due to our ignorance. Us being ignorant to the fact that we don't die. We don't die. So why are you scared to stand up to your oppressor? These beings don't have a soul. Why are you scared to stand up to your oppressor? You see? Because they have us ignorant to the fact of a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying. We're being oppressed due to our ignorance. You see? We're being oppressed due to our ignorance. If all the black people knew that we're the same species, that the reason why is you got a Mercedes and I got a Lincoln Navigator or whatever, so you think you're better because you got a Mercedes. All this shit is set up by design to have us divided. If black people were conscious of this shit, we would not be oppressed. You see? We would not be oppressed. We're only oppressed due to our ignorance. That's how they're able to get away with this shit. Just like if somebody's stealing from you, they're going to keep on stealing from you because you don't know. If somebody's stealing from you and you don't know that they're stealing from you, they're not going to stop stealing from you because you don't know that they're stealing from you until you find out, like, wait a minute, this person is stealing from you. Then they're going to fucking stop stealing from you. They're only stealing from you because you're ignorant to the fact that this motherfucker is robbing you. You see? That's how they're able to get away with this shit, because you're ignorant to the fact that this motherfucker is robbing you. If somebody's living in your house, your little cousin living in your house, this motherfucker's stealing money out your shit, out your dresser drawer. You don't know he's stealing money, so he's able to get away with this shit. Once you find out that he's stealing the money from you, he's not able to get away with this shit no more because you're conscious of this shit. He no longer can steal from you because you know he's stealing from you. These people, once we're conscious that they're poisoning our food, they have these environments set up to be low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? Have these environments set up to be low vibrational. They're poisoning our food. You know what I'm saying? They have us divided with all type of different social classes, all type of different religion backgrounds, all type of different gangs. Once they realize that they have us so divided, you know what I'm saying? We won't be oppressed no more, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. We won't be oppressed once we are no longer ignorant to the bullshit. Once we know that we have the superior genetics on the planet. That's why these motherfuckers treat us the way they treat us and get the popping it and want to be racist and all that shit. Once we realize that we have the superior genetics, that's when we will stop being oppressed. That's when we will stop being oppressed, because these motherfuckers think that we're all the same species. You know what I'm saying? And besides all that, though, we're only dealing with this because we're ignorant to the fact that we're ignorant. We're being oppressed due to our ignorance. That's why it starts with the motherfucking knowledge and the information, bro. That's why it starts with the knowledge and the information. Because once you have the knowledge and the information, you're not gonna let nobody oppress you and your people, bro. You're not gonna be okay with a motherfucker poisoning your food because you're conscious of this shit. They're only getting away with this shit because a lot of people are in society, especially the black people, bro. We're not conscious of this shit. This shit's nasty, man. Yeah, because we're not conscious of this shit, man. So we are being oppressed due to our ignorance, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna make this video too long. We being oppressed due to our ignorance, though, man. Once we stop being ignorant to all the shit that they're doing to us, we will no longer be oppressed. We will no longer be stressed out. We will no longer be working these jobs, paying for natural resources, because we will see that they're harvesting our energy. We're ignorant. People are ignorant to the fact they're harvesting our energy, having us go to work and pay bills, having us work on this planet for natural resources. And when we are the owners of this fucking planet, we're connected directly to this planet. We have to work to pay for shit that's natural to the planet. See, this may sound fucked up. I don't give a fuck though. See, if we got sunburn and we have to pay to be on this planet, but we're natural to the fucking planet. The sun literally gives us energy, and we have to pay for this shit. That don't make no sense to me, because I'm not ignorant. I'm conscious of the fact of my genetics. A lot of black people are ignorant to the fact of their genetics, to the fact that they get energy from the sun. Some black people, it's been times where I try to spread some enlightenment with black people, and they'll be saying some shit like, yeah, I get sunburned too, so they won't make a motherfucking Mexican or Asian or Caucasian feel uncomfortable. They're gonna dumb themselves down. I'm not dumbing myself down. People don't like me for whatever the fuck reason. I don't give a fuck. Most people, I'm not gonna speak that on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna speak that over myself, but motherfuckers gonna feel how they feel regardless, bro. That's why if you're black and you see some shit and you don't want to talk about it because of some race shit, you feel like, oh, they're gonna think I'm racist. These motherfuckers are gonna feel about you. They're gonna feel a way about you regardless. That's what I'm saying. A motherfucker's gonna feel a way about me. Even my own people feel the type of way. I don't give a fuck. We can get out too. I don't care. You see what I'm saying? So if I see something, I'm gonna say something. Motherfuckers gonna feel the type of way regardless. You see? So what I was saying though, if it will make sense for us to have to pay bills and all that shit if we work natural to this planet, but we get energy from the planet, bro, from the sun and from the planet. When we put our feet in the ground in the earth, we get positive energy from the soil, from the earth. We get energy from the sunlight. We absorb the sunlight with our pigmentation. So why the fuck do we have to pay for this shit? I see if the inorganic beings have to pay bills and rent and all that shit because they're not natural to the planet. That sounds fucked up, but I don't care. What's fucked up is, what's racist is trying to say we're all one human race, and let's feed these black people the same food that we're feeding these white people. When the white people have a higher hydrochloric acid, they're going to be able to break it down. They're not going to get diabetes and cancer and neuropathy and all this shit when they get older because they're able to digest the food. You see? That's racist. Let's teach these little black kids the same as we're teaching these little white kids when these little black kids are on a different thinking capacity. They're on a higher vibration. And we're literally just dumbing them down. And you're wondering why some black kids don't want to sit in fucking class and just listen to this bullshit. It's the same curriculum that we were being taught when we were in grade school. Think about it. I'm 29 years old right now, about to be 30 this year, right? And the stuff that they're teaching in school, I'm pretty sure is the same stuff they're teaching when I was in the 3rd grade. When society has advanced so much, they're probably teaching the same shit in school that they're teaching when I was in the 3rd grade to these kids coming up. You see? Probably teaching the same shit. Anyways, man. We're being oppressed due to our ignorance, man. We're being oppressed due to our ignorance. And black unity equals reparations. Because they'll never give black people reparations, bro. Because, like I told y'all, we're being oppressed due to our ignorance. These people know that we have the superior genetics. That's why they do all the shit they do to us, because they know that we have the superior genetics. They're not ignorant to our genetics and all the shit we got going on internally on the cellular, molecular level. They're not ignorant to that shit. We're the ones ignorant. That's how they're able to oppress us. Give us the food, all the... So if you're black and you're conscious of your genetics and all that shit, you walk into the store, you see all the meat, you know, I'm not supposed to eat this shit. It's going to lower my frequency, you know? And when I'm at a lower frequency, I'm going to be less conscious of the world that I'm living in. I'm going to just be walking around this bitch docile. Because I'm at a low vibration, because I'm eating poison, because I'm ignorant to my genetics. Once people are conscious of this shit, they're not gonna, and once you're walking around docile, it's easier for the government, etc., to do bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's easier for them to do bullshit. You see? So once you're conscious of, and once it's easier, let me do this shit properly so y'all don't get lost. You go into the grocery store because you're not conscious of your genetics. You're not conscious that you're not supposed to eat meat because your genetics. You think we're all the same because you're not conscious. So Boom, you're conscious of your genetics. So instead of you going in the grocery store getting the meat, you're looking at the meat, I'm not supposed to eat the meat. So when you go in the grocery store and you eat the meat, it's going to make you, it's going to lower your vibration. Once it lowers your vibration, you're going to be less conscious of the world that you're living in. Once you're less conscious of the world that you're living in, you're going to be easier to be fooled. You're going to be more docile. Once you're more docile, it's going to be easier to fool you. Once it's easier to fool you, it's easier for the government to tell you all this shit to oppress you. You see? And you're only being oppressed. It's only easier to oppress you because you're ignorant to your genetics, to the fact that you're not supposed to eat meat. And it's a lot of different scenarios.